What's going on, traders? Welcome back. Let's break down how we absolutely nailed today's market session using a mix of options flow data, technicals, and our pre-market planning. If you traded with me today, you know it was an absolutely amazing day. So right after market closed yesterday, I shared something key. Market tide and options premiums were leaning to the bullish side. I had also pointed out that there was a double bottom bounce on the 533 level, which was key support for SPY, and there wasn't much of a follow through to the upside after the bounce. This usually signals one thing to me. Potential move is waiting for the overnight session or the next trading session. But this morning, we opened up flat, no gap up. And honestly, I was pretty hyped about that because it gave me a clean opportunity to trade the breakout of that opening flat range. In the pre-market, I doubled down on what I said the previous day. Market tide was still bullish and we're holding above the 9 and 14 EMA on the daily time frame. There's a huge gap above us on SPY, so I'm still thinking there's a trend day potential to the upside. Now, if you look at the hourly on SPY, you will see that we were pulling back to some key support levels, which are the 9 and 14 EMA and rounding off of it. I even posted the 15-minute structure on SPY in the pre-market, labeling that it was a falling channel, super clean, and QQQ had a similar bullish setup as well, which both broke out and showed beautiful continuation. Here's where the options data and options flow came in to confirm the bias. As I told you guys recently, stop trying to predict where the market is going to go every single day. We are currently in an extremely volatile market where every single day we have news headlines driving us up and down rapidly. And the only point of confirmation that we're seeing consistently every single day is following smart money and institutional traders. Every single day, the flow, the net flow, and all sorts of data that we have has been confirming massive moves in the market, and it's been very reliable. Right at the open today, market tide gave us confirmation with over $30 million in bullish premium flying into SPY. This was massive. Now we have technicals lining up and flow is backing the move. The thesis we built yesterday is playing out in real time. During that upside move, I was calling SPY's strength all morning. I was mentioning that it is going to push into the data and use data to push higher, and we should be seeing a trend up day. But here's something interesting. NVIDIA wasn't moving with it at first. It was lagging behind, but flow started piling into NVIDIA calls, and that's when it really caught my attention. I jumped into some NVIDIA calls and also posted it in the chat so everyone had an opportunity to follow the flow on this, as it was lagging the upside move, and we can capitalize on a little bit of this jump up as well on NVIDIA. We got in, we rode the wave, and we quickly took our 30% gains and ran. Even though it ran up over 80% on the day, it was already a perfect morning and a clean trend day, so if I really wanted to get back in, I would be able to execute another trade during the trend. Look, days like today are why we follow the process. Technicals plus flow plus the pre-market plan. That's the formula. And if you haven't been in the GhostBoard community long enough, or if you haven't been using the dashboard long enough, you have to understand that there is patience required in this game. If you're trying to score home runs or trend moves every single day, you will be burnt out in the market. The days where we have the technicals lining up and the flow isn't really confirming the move, we stay back and we let smart money show its hand first, and we end up avoiding major days of chop, which doesn't only save your money, but also saves your mental capital. And trust me, it's very important. I know it seems like something you can just skip over, but you really do want to focus on this consistency and this formula every single day. If you're not using the GhostBoard dashboard yet, or you have access to the options data, but you're just not opening up the dashboard in the morning, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're just being very lazy and you're letting these trades pass by while smart money is showing you what they're doing every single day and making money on it, but you just want to let it go by. As a full-time trader, I don't really like to share my P&L every single day, but I do think it's really important I touch on it today because the last few days have been really choppy, and I've seen a lot of people get wiped out or washed out being in the chop, being in the wrong side of trades, not really following the smart money. And I have been mentioning just wait, even I feel a little behind. I feel like, look at this, someone's making this much money, someone's making X amount of money. Everyone has their own strategy. You just really have to focus on what works for you, be patient enough to wait for it, and then execute on it, and then share your results. But anyways, I just wanted to break down some of the key things behind the trades from today, as I know some of you guys were interested in finding out exactly why I was so bullish biased, why we had this game plan all structured out in the pre-market, how I was able to identify that it was going to be a trend day up. So hopefully this helped you guys out. The market tide is going to be available for everyone on the GhostBoard dashboard very soon. If you don't know what market tide is, it's basically what we have for net flow already, but it's an accumulation of all options chain activity. So instead of looking at just SPY calls are increasing, we can see that the options activity across the board is increasing on the bullish side. So something I'm very excited to bring to everyone. If you're interested in trying it out soon, make sure you leave a like and comment below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.